Episode 1. Hua Liuli goes to Beijing to meet the prince. In the winter of the 30th year of Changlong, there was a great battle between Jin State and Jinpa. General Hua Yingting and his wife Chang'an He Mingyu led the Hua family army to capture Jinpa. General Awa alive and defeated Jinpa. The officials of the court were jealous and afraid of the Hua family's power, so they would constantly talk bad and make false claims against the Hua family. Emperor Changlong, in order to calm the rumors down and calm people's hearts, he used an imperial decree to have Hua Liuli, the youngest daughter of the Hua family, to return to Beijing as Princess Hua, but in reality she was being held hostage. Everyone knows that once Hua Liuli enters the capital, she will become a proton. Before Hua Liuli arrived in Yujing, many people in Yujing were already very happy. The three civil servants, Tian Shangshu, Yao Shilang and Zhu Yushi, were ready to plot against Hua Liuli. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince was going to welcome Hua Liuli along with the other officials, but Hua Liuli's carriage had already entered the city, but His Royal Highness the Crown Prince was still missing. Jinpa's 5 assassins wanted to assassinate Hua Liuli, but only 4 came. Hua Liuli appeared in a weak posture. Everyone was amazed. They didn't expect Hua Liuli to be so weak. Her servant said that Hua sick from being blown by the wind. When the assassins attacked, Pei Jiwai had received the instruction from the Crown Prince Ji Yuansu in advance, so he mingled among the common people and shot down the 2 assassins without leaving a trace. Afterwards, Ji Yuansu finally arrived with his army. The assassins fled when they saw this, but last one of the 5 assassins arrived late, and Ji Yuansu had his army surround him and beat him to a pulp. Hua Liuli pretended to faint by the wind, and Ji Yuanshou went into the carriage and noticed Hua Liuli was fine, but he ordered his attendants Xiao Qi and Xiao Ba to take Hua Liuli to the house in the western suburbs of Yujing. That was not the originally house she was supposed to be in. The maid Iris didn't know why Ji Yuansu did this, so she asked Hua Liuli if she had offended him. Hua Liuli told her that when she was a child she wrote many letters to her father, princes and ministers. She and Ji Yuansu were pen pals. When they met for the first time today, Ji Yuansu found that his pen pal was completely different from whom he thought. She is fragile, or is she? They finally arrived in the western suburbs, where the houses were wild and desolate. When Hua Liuli saw the word Huafu on the plaque, she knew that this was the old house of the Hua family, and the plaque was handwritten by her grandfather. It's just that after the Hua family left Beijing and rushed to the battlefield, the old house was left unattended. Yan Wei is very afraid of this place, but Hua Liuli thinks it is much better than a tent. Living there may not be a bad thing. It is better than being watched everywhere in Yujing. Hua Liuli asked Yan Wei to dress herself according to the popular hair accessories and costumes in Yujing in the book, and then the two went out through the dog hole, avoiding the guards at the door, and went straight to Jinling Garden in Yujing. They heard 2 women talking bad about Hua Jia behind their backs in Jinlingwen. Iris is not calm, but Hua Liuli needs to pay more attention. She refuted a few words about Tian Jiamin, the daughter of Tian Shangshu, and then accepted the mediation of Jin Lingyuan's servant, and stopped arguing with them. Many of the faces in Jinling Court are Ji Yuansu's informants, and if there is any trouble in Jinling Court, Ji Yuansu will know. He soon learned about Tian Jiamin's dispute with others, and he immediately got up and said he wanted to go out to get some air. Yun Han, the musician of Jinling Garden, appeared in plain white clothes, with a handsome appearance and elegant figure, and he acted like a banished fairy, making many women in Jinling Garden scream. Hua Liuli was also the new foe, but she soon sobered up. Iris's eyes were already staring, so Hua Liuli went to find a musician to inquire about the situation of officials in Yujing. Not long after she came out, she met a man wearing a mask. Musician, the voice is a little familiar. She still walked forward with the musician. Episode 2. Ji Yuansu tests Hua Liuli. Hua Liuli regarded Ji Yuansu as the musician of Jin Lingyuan, took out the money, and wanted to ask him who the noble girl was just now. Ji Yuansu called his name Ji Huai, and told her that the noble daughter just now was Princess Jiamin. Her father was minister of the household department, and her mother was Princess Shunan. The family was rich, so naturally they were more domineering than ordinary people. After talking about the three scribes of the Jin kingdom, Hua Liuli also asked about His Royal Highness Ji Yuansu. The Lord was right in front of him, but Hua Liuli didn't know about it, and Ji Yuansu didn't say much. After asking, Hua Liuli actually took the silver back and only left him a small silver ingot. After Hua Liuli left with Iris, Ji Yuansu sent someone to call Tian Jiamin, and Tian Jiamin and Yao Wenin guessed that the person who was dressed exaggeratedly just now was Hua Liuli. Tian Jiamin deliberately cut off Hua Liuli's food, so that Iris, who went out to buy ingredients, returned empty-handed. This was exactly what Ji Yuansu wanted. He wanted to see what Hua Liuli was capable of. Hua Liuli brought gifts and waited at the gate of Tian Shangshu's mansion. Tian Shangshu wanted to close the door, but couldn't stand the people's accusations, so he had to welcome Hua Liuli into the mansion. Hua Liuli had already asked about Princess Shunan's preferences. Knowing that she admired her mother, she talked about Ho Weimingyu from time to time. Princess Shunan saw that Hua Liuli was so well-behaved and sensible, and her words were also flattering, so she liked her even more. Tian Shangshu is a strict wife, and he is unambiguous about Princess Shunan's arrangements. In the end, Princess Shunan gave Hua Liuli a lot of things. Ji Yuansu had a clear grasp of Hua Liuli's movements, and when he learned that Hua Liuli's carriage was coming to the mansion, Ji Yuansu immediately went to the door to meet her in person. Ji Yuansu asked her for gifts on the grounds that she gave gifts to all the adults. The ignorant Iris took a small box of cakes and gave them to him. Ji Yuansu was not satisfied, so Hua Liuli had to give him a piece of silver. Seeing how Ji Yuansu picked up the silver with 2 fingers, Hua Liuli recognized him as the musician who talked to her in Jinlingwen yesterday. Then, Ji Yuansu took out the letters that Hua Liuli wrote to her back then, and asked Hua Liuli for evidence one by one. She had to make up lies to get away. Seeing that the poison could not be concealed, Hua Liuli pretended to be dizzy. Ji Yuansu knew that Hua Liuli was lying, but he was not in a hurry to expose her today. The future will be long, and he doesn't believe that Hua Liuli can pretend to faint every time. After Hua Liuli's master and servant left, Ji Yuansu ordered someone to find Pei Ji Huai. On the way back home, Hua Liuli and Yan Wei met Song Guang, a veteran of the Hua family. Song Guang didn't want to recognize them. Hua Liuli was very sad. Knowing that Song Guang was injured and could no longer go to the battlefield, she offered to go back to her hometown. But I didn't expect him to be so down and out in Yujing, taking back many household items in the mansion. Yan Wei couldn't put them away by herself, so Hua Liuli asked her to recruit a few more people. Ji Yuansu guessed things like a god, and guessed that Hua Liuli's Huafu would definitely recruit people. At night, there were assassins ambushing near Huafu. Thanks to Song Guang, who attracted the guards, the assassins were unable to attack. Song Guang also wrote a reminder on the cloth in the secret language of the Hua family to remind Hua Liuli. The next day, Hua Liuli invites Song Guang into the mansion. She sincerely expresses that she needs his help very much now. She is as smart as she is, and she also knows that Song Guang is the one who secretly helped her and reminded herself. Even though Song Guang had already left the Hua family's soldiers, he had engraved the orders of the Hua family into his bones. Episode 3, Hua Liuli was impeached. Seeing that the Hua family's Iris was recruiting workers, Pei Ji Huai watched the fun, but she was selected by her, so he and the rest went to the Hua family to work, sweeping, moving trees and things. Pei Ji Huai returned to Ankang Court after finishing his work, suffering from severe back pain. Pei Ji Huai informed Ji Yuansu of Hua Liuli's movements one by one, but Pei Ji Huai could only see the surface, thinking that Hua Liuli was just a weak woman, and she would pour hot tea for the workers herself, serving people with kindness and kindness. Pei Ji Huai returned to Huafu to work not long after staying in Ankangyuan, but Hua Liuli dismissed him. Yan Wei was puzzled, but Hua Liuli and Song Guang had already discovered that Pei Ji Huai's identity was different, and it was very likely that he was from the prince's residence. When Pei Jihui returned to Enkangyuan, he was so depressed that he drank alcohol straight away. He was a dignified young minister of Dali Temple, but Hua Liuli dismissed him. That night, the Jinpa assassins stunned the guards arranged by Ji Yuansu near Hua's house, and sneaked into Hua's house secretly. The Huafu courtyard had already set up an array, but his assassins encountered obstacles everywhere. Only one person approached the house, and was finally arrested. The next day, Ji Yuansu looked at the memorial that his father had sent to him, and found that it was all trivial matters of the parents, so he threw the memorial aside after a glance. Someone came to report that an assassin had been caught in Huafu, and Ji Yuansu rushed to check immediately. Ji Yuansu was not stupid. He saw that there was a mystery hidden in this courtyard. Hua Liuli was still acting. Ji Yuansu reminded her that she would face the saint tomorrow. Seeing Ji Yuansu's reaction, Hua Liuli also knew that these formations had been discovered by him, and she had to be more careful tomorrow. Ji Yuansu retrieved the potatoes from Huafu. Pei Jihui looked at the cut surface of the potatoes and knew that Hua Liuli used the potatoes as a hidden weapon, which can be described as ingenious. Ji Yuansu further believed that Hua Liuli was not that simple, and that the beauty must have a deep city under her skin. On the day of entering the palace, the 3 scribes of the Jin kingdom had already prepared the memorial for the participation of flowers and colored glaze. Hua Liuli was dressed plainly, deliberately made her face and lips pale, so that everyone would think she was weak. It was just unexpected that Ji Yuansu entered the carriage, saying that he was going to send flowers and colored glaze to the palace to face the saint instead of Iris. Iris had no choice but to hand Hua Liuli a few bottles of medicine to him, and then got off the carriage. The King of England, Ji Yuanhao, wanted to go to court before Ji Yuansu, and galloped through the downtown area. To avoid him, the Hua family's carriage ran over a stone. Because of this stagger, Ji Yuansu slammed into Hua Liuli. The two are very close, almost skin to skin. The palace people around the Holy One passed that Hua Liuli, the youngest daughter of the Hua family, entered the palace. Hua Liuli is careful everywhere, and her words are even tighter. She said that everyone treated her very well after she came to Beijing. She also specifically called Tian Shangshu and Yao Shilang, and it was difficult for the two of them to take out the memorial for a while. But they still have a second plan. Tian Shangshu took out the memorial of Lin Huizhi, a doctor of Inqing Guanglu, and presented it to His Majesty. Lin Huizhi met Hua Liuli during his exile. Finally, let Iris overturn his meal. This memorial delivered by Tian Shangshu is Lin Huizhi's impeachment of Hua Liuli for acting perversely and arrogantly. Yao Shilang and Tian Shangshu accused Hua Liuli of disrespecting the former court officials, and the ministers at the court talked a lot, while Ji Yuansu kept silent to see how Hua Liuli would respond. After hearing what the ministers said, the emperor also felt that Hua Liuli's move was inappropriate, so Hua Liuli knelt down, thinking about how to resolve it.